What's going on, Taurus? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a great week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just phenomenal, Taurus, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. Alright, Taurus, let's get into it. Because with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so y'all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force reading on the situation, okay? So with all that being said there, Taurus, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Taurus. Now I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we'll get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, Taurus, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Thank you. And in case of y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching their tours, so check them out. Very great energies that they bring. I think you'd really enjoy them. I really love the insights that they provide. But also there's some links for some astrologers if you're in case you wanted to broaden your knowledge outside of Celestial News Monthly there, which is coming up here soon. Taurus, I'm excited. And then also some apps that I like working with that I'm going to start broadening on that. I'll conclude all the resources that I like working with. I can actually add a couple of books here, Taurus. I'm going to get on that. But definitely check that out. Taurus' description box lit. Now, let's go ahead and get into your first card here. And look at you taking aim there, Taurus, because you have the Archer card. And I like this for your energy because this is a card of biding your time and planning ahead. And I feel this is a very great time for you, Taurus, to be planning ahead. Because depending on when you're watching this, and hopefully you're catching this before the new moon, we are getting ready to have a new moon in Capricorn that's going to be happening on Tuesday. Tuesday. And this is going to be a powerful portal of manifestation there. There's a lot of conversation that's going on with the planets there. A lot of big energies building up. This is actually where this new moon is forming a trine with the Uranus in Taurus energy that's been going on in your sign over the last like about 5 years or so. So this in Uranus is going to be going direct here soon. So I feel like the fact that this energy is connecting with that Uranus and Taurus there. So we'll get into that, but I do feel, in the a little more in Celestial News Monthly, but I do feel like we're in a very big kind of manifestation energy. You may have felt it, Taurus, too, that just something feels like it's time to start getting something cooking. Maybe not sure where we're necessarily like gonna land with this arrow. This is giving me even kind of like Sagittarius energy in a sense of like, just kind of seeing what interests you, thinking about ways that you've wanted to grow and things, and then starting to figure out how we're going to incorporate this type of stuff because we're going to get into a lot of heavy Capricorn energy here soon. We already got the sun that's in Capricorn. Mars just entered not too long ago. Pluto's still there for a little while longer. And then your ruler is going to be entering Capricorn here. I want to say it's on the 23rd. She'll be entering Cap. So you'll be in a and Capricorn energy is about that, about time. One big aspect that they cover being Saturn ruled because they are aware, I feel highly so, of how long something takes to build, really takes to grow and invest. I feel Capricorn energy is very like the definition of Ten of Pentacles. But I do, it is a reminder too of that we only have a finite time amount of time that we are working with as well there, Taurus. So I feel like this is a very great energy for you to get efficient there. You know, you have a lot of trines that are going to be, or planets that are going to be forming trines with your Taurus placements, and now that the planets are starting to really wake up, and you have just Uranus that's waiting to get ready to go direct here soon. You know, really can get some big stuff cooking up there, Taurus, because you are, you know, these growers, these builders of the zodiac as well. You know, yours is associated with the second house, that foundation, that security. You know, so don't resourceful, very resourceful sign. So I feel this is a time, you know, get that business that you've wanted to get started, or you know, pursue that project or anything I feel like you've been putting off. Now is the time to take aim and fire there, Taurus. This is giving me very kind of like Eight of Wands energy too, but let's get some tarot on this. Let's see where this arrow's going. And it's interesting too. I'm just looking at this, and the Archer card. Oh, is air energy. Speaking of air, King of Swords here, but the Archer is air energy, and I feel like it's taking your thoughts there, Taurus, and making them things. How do we take? Oh, very fascinating divine counterparts here, Taurus. All right, hold on. Let me get the rest of these cards here before we get into it. How interesting. Hmm. Thank you. That's very fascinating, Taurus. All right, so you have a lot of big sword card. Helm's the entire sword family here, and they're all confused. So you have, which is fine, Taurus. Oh, oh, and a surprise hermit. All right, I'm with it. So you have the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Temperance card in reverse. And then you have the Eight of Cups and the Hermit card upright, Taurus. And Taurus, I feel that this big pocket of swords here, this family of swords, is this state of stress. You know, maybe we have some where we have multiple opinions maybe coming at us as to where we're meant to invest next, you know, but something here feels that I feel that there's something here that is it's like we're wanting to get off to the races here. We're trying to rush, but I might feel that the Knight of Swords is asking us to slow down, because there's something with the Eight of Cups I feel like we're needing to make space for. Something that has been kind of and been keeping you in the Swords energy, that has been keeping maybe your objective from being clear. You know, there's something that we haven't really fully processed or incorporated here with the Queen of Swords. You know, this sense of this understanding a lesson so that we can take it and apply it and turn into this wisdom here. You know, the Queen of Swords to the King of Swords here. You know, something has, you know, look in the areas where we have maybe been overindulging, or there's just haven't been where we need to exercise a little more temperance. Maybe we've been, and maybe with this Knight of Swords, maybe we've been dragging our feet. It may not just be rushing. Maybe we've been kind of in this procrastinating energy. This seed has been kind of bothering you, I feel like, in your head in a sense, and it's like we know it's time to get something going here. But this Hermit, I feel like it's reflecting on what are we waiting for? You know, what is the blockage? And again, it's not that I feel like we're rushing something, but I do feel that we can get something started and take the time to really kind of figure this thing out as you go, because you know, there may be for somewhere where it's like we're wanting something again to just kind of happen faster than it realistically is going to be. And I feel too, when we go in with this understanding that, you know, we need to build something up here from the ground up. There's this sort of you know, we can approach our dreams more realistically. We're not necessarily diminishing them, but we're just tempering the approach in a sense, so that we're not setting ourselves up to fail here, Taurus. But And I do feel like there's is this energy with that biding your time. It's just like, what have we been doing? I do feel that that is kind of the big question here. What has been kind of occupying even your mental energy? What has been keeping you, like, I feel like really distracted? And this might even be just since you started. You got a lot of people here, a lot of swords energies. Seeing if there are people who are maybe getting in this way of your planning in a sense there, Taurus. Maybe we need to temper how much we're hanging out with people, possibly. Maybe needing to take a little more time to be introspective, to kind of have some. This might even be just a sort of just like an isolation type of period for you here, because this is going to be a big, when you think about your energy. Especially if you're like a Taurus rising, this is going to, with where Pluto's getting ready to move, it's gonna move into the fixed sign of Aquarius, Knight of Swords here for me. And this is going to be kind of a big one for all the fixed signs, and for the fixed signs and for the air signs, and even the fire signs are going to have opportunities for this as well. But with your Taurus rising sign, or if you have a Taurus rising energy, that's going to affect, thinking about your careers, where do you want to take your stuff kind of long term there. And I feel like that's just Taurus energy in general. You're just like, what are you building that's going to last here? That's what Jupiter in Taurus has been asking you. How do you make use of the abundant? Because Taurus is a very abundant energy. You really literally have, I feel like, the green thumb when it comes to growing things, and as far as like having that power to sustain stuff, because fixed energy, once it does harness that whatever energies it starts, it has the stamina to support that. So you got a lot of big questions to be kind of getting ready to ask yourself over these next 20 years there. And then, even just over this, and listen, we're not going to overwhelm ourselves, because listen, I'm a Leo rising, another fixed rising sign, and I have a bunch of Leo stuff, and this is going to be an interesting one as far as the relationships go for me, with Pluto getting ready to transit Aquarius. But, we all have a lot of things to get ready for, so it's just, what are you doing with this time, Taurus? And trust in this divine timing, I feel. But let's get another oracle on this, Taurus. Oh, thank you. All right, Taurus. And that's interesting. Huh. Very, very Sagittarius here. Because you have the Gambler card in reverse here, which is a card of loss and risk. And, Taurus, I feel that one thing, or one lesson with, one lesson with Jupiter and Taurus has been paying attention to short term versus long term. Are we indulging in things that, kind of like, and this doesn't have to just be gambling, but are we more so, because Jupiter in Taurus at a lower vibration can be an energy that can't get enough. Taurus is a very sensual type of energy, and when it's just wanting to feel that good all of the time, it can get to where we're getting into this state of escapism, where it starts to get into this fogginess, where you start taking these kind of taking these thoughtless actions and unnecessary risks there, Taurus, that don't necessarily take your abundance away, but it pushes it back further and further. It delays this Ace of Pentacles from growing. It's like you plant seeds and then you don't give it any water. It's just, that's what I feel like is kind of happening here with this Gambler. I feel like, what have we been losing in, it's like, either like, in what ways are we feeling that we've lost, or that we've been feeling kind of deprived? It's giving me very kind of Five of Pentacles type of energy. And have the risks that we've taken up till now been worth the reward? And just kind of again, it's just kind of reevaluating and just adjusting to where things are getting ready to go there, Taurus. Because let me get some tarot on this and get some details. And that's interesting too, there, Taurus. I'll get on that in a moment. Wow. And there is the, and how fascinating, Taurus, that the whole thing, because there's their youngest child here, the Page of Swords, and she's in reverse here too, Taurus. How interesting. Thank you. And you're a lot of thinking energy here, because you have the Two of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Knight of Cups in reverse, or excuse me, upright, and then you have the Page of Swords in reverse here, Taurus. And that's very interesting. So I feel when you have all of these court cards here, that of especially these court cards of air that's going on, I feel for some, how has the opinions of others, I feel, swayed our, whether we take a risk or not, or maybe we've let someone talk us into something, and then it didn't turn out quite as we thought here with the Three of Swords being here. And I feel there's this need to, how this Two of Swords, how you have these two crows that are just kind of, I imagine, just kind of squawking in her ear in a sense, just kind of to really drown out her thoughts, where she forgets to trust her heart in a sense and to listen to her past. She gets caught up in her head, and I feel that this, how she has this blindfold over her eyes, is to, and granted that's not blocking the sound that's coming out of her coming to her ears, but I do feel that it is, how do we, how does our, how do I want to put this? It's like, how do we trust our intuition and trust something a little bit, something that's a little bit deeper than just our traditional sort of senses there, Taurus. Because yours, again, like I said, yours is a sensual sign. That does, I feel like that goes beyond just the five senses, you know. I feel like it includes your sixth sense as well there, Taurus. Because when you think about it too, your sign is associated with the Hierophant, which is the divine counterpart to the High Priestess, a powerful intuitive. And I feel like it's exercising that sixth sense a little bit more, going beyond just what you can physically feel there, Taurus. You know, then I feel, because I feel like there's that, when all of those senses are linked up, when you're really synced and present with how you feel, that helps you make more intuitive decisions, and to be able to navigate the obstacles and the pitfalls through this journey here, towards, and make more kind of just tempered moves and more sort of mindful decisions there. And I even feel too, with this Page of Swords, there's a need to kind of push how we think a little bit, like thinking a little bit broader there, being a little more curious in life, a little more engaged. There's some sort of mental stimulation, I need feeling that's needing to happen here. Maybe there's this, like, taking up a course possibly, Taurus, or maybe even just doing some, just make even just picking up even some like light recreational reading in a sense, or maybe even listening to like some audiobooks or some podcasts, or just maybe even just like YouTube, something that I feel like gets you kind of thinking, getting more sort of future oriented, because that's what we're moving into, the age of Aquarius, which is going to be a very innovative time. And there's going to be some things, maybe even some relationships that we need to let go of. So, you know, maybe some, this could be even like a family thing, Taurus. You know, maybe we've just, and that's interesting. This could be maybe some sort of family thing that's going on, as far as, you know, maybe your thoughts, are changing in a sense, but are just it's something I feel like is evolving here, Taurus. But and last thing, be sure not to lose. I feel like your identity in a sense. I feel that because Aquarius energy is very fascinating when it comes to they're a sign that wants the freedom, their individuality and things, but they're also a sign of the collective as well. And it's just like, how do we keep that sense of self while still doing it for the collective, like still raising that vibration to be simultaneously selfish and selfless, in doing your dreams, in doing what you love, and sharing that gift with others. Not doing this. I'm not just learning, tarot and astrology and all these other things just for the sake of it. It's meant to pass this wisdom on to others in a sense, and you have a gift that you're meant to bring as well for me to absorb and for the rest of us as well, there, Taurus. So I dig it. Because this is the energies that you bring me, Taurus. I don't go through and just like pick out cards. And I do learn a lot for every time I do these readings. I learn a lot, even though my midheaven is in Taurus. And, I mean, I don't have, I'm trying to think, do I have any plan? I may have a comment in the second house, but, yeah, just something to think about there, Taurus. But let's get your last oracle card here. Oh, thank you. Interesting. All right, Taurus. So you have the Hound card in reverse here. And this is a card of loyalty, chains, and promises. And that's interesting, Taurus, because I feel that this card is, for some, I feel like we may be challenging some sort of beliefs here. Maybe there's something, there's been either some people, again, maybe this is a family, maybe this is some friends, someone or something that we've been feeling bound to for however long there, Taurus. And I feel that there's, again, that comes back, I feel like, to that gambler card as far as to like, what risk have we taken that have not been ours? What are some other ones that we've wanted to that we missed or maybe felt that we've missed out on? What have we lost from not, you know, and whatever this loyalty may be to that? Because the Knight of Cups, because he's starting to stand out too, his energy's appear like kind of popping out here, and the Knight of Cups can love very intensely, and will kind of do whatever it takes for the thing that he loves. He'll go out and rent a white horse. He'll set up a picnic, hand pick grow these roses. He really goes in. But I do feel like that there's this. It's giving me kind of like a hanged man energy as far as like have the things that we've been loyal to, have they produced us this, have they created more opportunities, more abundance for us, more things, or have they been Ace of Pentacles in reverse where they've just kind of kept things stagnant? So I'm picturing like these overgrown weeds that are kind of coming through in our garden in a sense there, Taurus. And it might be even forming some new promises, some new alliances, and that may be that with that Three of Swords, the separation here may be a little tough at first, but I do feel that it almost feels like that this releasing these chains from you gives the time the people, I don't know, it's like it gives these energies, like this energy of that the people who may have, we felt like, kept us bound, or just like realizing that people, we only have as much power, or people have as much power over us as we give them in a sense, Taurus. But let me get some tarot cards to kind of to get this cleared up. All right, Taurus. Thank you. Last little bit here. Oh, there you are. Love that. Love when Spirit does that. There's that Eight of Wands, Taurus. So you have and Ten of Pentacles, all right. So you have. Let me tell you what's going on. So you have the King of Cups, the Page of Wands. That's interesting because like a lot of your people are in reverse here. The Page and just a lot of people, Taurus. Sorry, so you have the Page of Wands, the King of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Seven of Wands in reverse. And then you have the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles upright here, Taurus. And let's switch back over, because this is very fascinating. One, I love that you're here, Taurus, so you're showing up for yourself in a strong way, and that's what I feel like is needing to happen here with the, because you have a whole entourage, mob of people that are looking, that are coming your way there, Taurus, and I feel that for some, it feels with this hound that we may be trying to make a decision that is, and it's very almost very Libra of you there, Taurus. We're trying to make a decision that's trying to please all parties in a sense. And I feel in doing that, where that is, I feel like your heart is in the right place. I feel that that is putting, it's keeping you from accessing your highest good there, Taurus. I feel like we're focusing on raising everybody else up there, and then when everybody else is up so high, then all that's left, then we're just kind of left with ourselves there, hermit energy, and it's just like, oh, what happened? You know, how is it that everyone, you know, where did people go? You know, and that's, it's very interesting. Is kind of what's coming through there. And I feel for some there's a need to make more of a promise to yourself in what you want to accomplish, to fulfill more of your dreams. And because I feel like we may have been either forming our ideas around something that someone may have told us, and I feel even too, Taurus, like this may not even just be like maybe someone we personally know. Maybe this is just like a certain idea that has been put, you know, that we've been trying to force into resonance. But I feel like, you know, asking where you've given your sovereignty to, in a sense, you know, what has been, in what ways have we kind of lost our boundaries, even with this Seven of Wands? And I'm seeing this energy is like something's pervading your space there, and just like it's just a lot, Taurus. And I do feel there's a need to just kind of slow down again and just reevaluate where we pledge our loyalties to, and where we give these promises, even to, I feel like, even if this like this, I'm even getting this like sense of self that's even coming into question, you know, and even like letting go of a certain, even like maybe a certain persona. You know, I remember writing this album years back, and I wrote it and I didn't know what to do with it at the time, so I just kind of let it sit and just kind of went back to working and things. And I remember listening back to it like maybe a few months ago, and just really sort of listening to, I'd embodied this, and just like it was just like putting all of my stuff out there. It was very interesting, and just kind of seeing how I had embodied this sort of persona of myself, and just sort of had, you know, put, it was almost like an Eight of Swords type of energy is what's coming through. And in how I became a slave to my own type of, you know, to myself, to this lower vibration that couldn't accomplish anything, that was just for forever wounded, and but not, you know, but now I feel like it's the energies are trying to revitalize you here with the Emperor showing up. It's, and connecting to your highest truth there, Taurus. And I feel, look at how happy this Hierophant there, just radiant, you know. And I feel like this can too even get you where we're starting things up again, feeling motivated, feeling more grounded in yourself. And I like that the Page of Pentacles is here with that, because I feel like this might be a it's not new, but I feel like it's like you're getting reacquainted with yourself, getting reestablished in yourself, rooting yourself back down there. Because I feel like Taurus energy is just heavy in the earth. You know, it just don't. And when you yeah, but you get what I'm saying. But I feel like once we get this sense of grounded there, Taurus, like I feel like there's again, it's just I feel like we're setting new intentions, making new promises for ourselves, and thinking about where we want to grow and want to become wiser and stronger in. And I think I'm gonna leave that there, Taurus. A little something to think about. But if anything resonated with you, Taurus, if you like that, give it a thumbs up and share this, Taurus, if you know someone who's been I don't know, it's like been maybe been trying to figure out how to buy their time as things get cooking up, or maybe need to get something cooking up. Maybe there's been a bit of a vice thing, a bit of a gambling thing, whatever that may be looking like. And just a lot of questions here. I feel like it's like, and a lot of people, like it's just a lot of people there. So just be mindful of the influences, I feel like, of others there, Taurus. And this might even be like taking a risk and socializing with some people, are starting to do some networking, because like I was saying, if especially if you're a Taurus rising, being having your midheaven in Aquarius, I would feel like that's absolutely one where getting out and networking more and exchanging ideas with people would be a fantastic use of this Pluto getting ready to come in, and maybe even for some coming into this new sense of power. That's Taurus. I see you, Emperor, boss up, and subscribe there, you boss. Hit that bell button to get notified on all these videos each week. And then last little bit there, Taurus. If you have any Cancer in your placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, come on over to the Chariot and Friends. I do, yeah, I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss, I'll talk about where, like, just lunar shenanigans, what sign she's in, what phase she's in, how those energies interact with the tarot readings and with the energies at the time. It's been real cool, and it's been taking a nice little turn, and I feel like it's getting a lot more fluid with how we're working with the lunar cycles and things. And sidebar, Taurus, the moon is exalted in your sign, so after Cancer, she loves kicking it in your energy. So that's dope. And all that housekeeping, that's why she's wifey. It's down in the description box below, but let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here, Taurus. And you have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And so, Taurus, I will say for some, just because the Four of Pentacles can deal with a card of savings, you got this risk lost here, this gambler in reverse. Be mindful of that. And I don't just mean about money. I just feel like, just wherever we may be spending more resources than we could, this could be in money, this could be, wasting money, this could be people, this could be giving our energies out, just a little thoughtlessly there, Taurus. This could be whatever this is, however this may be manifesting. Maybe we're literally just giving the clothes of our back there, Taurus. But I just feel like that we do want to be mindful of taking any thoughtless risk there, not just jumping into one thing, making sure that we are planning ahead, and really thinking, being very thoughtful as far as where we're going there, because I feel otherwise that could lead to some tricky lessons there, Taurus. But and it's not to scare you like you're just gonna lose all your money or something, but it's just to get eyes on some things. If you notice, again, something is temperance in reverse, getting out of hand. How do we readjust that? How do we get our sense of sovereignty back? Do some hermit energy, meditate on this. So, but I do feel for some others there that we've been maybe in this sort of like kind of just restricted energy with the Four Pentacles in reverse, and there's a need to, because that combination, and really all three of these energies here, because Sagittarius is a sign too that is doesn't want to be restricted, that wants to be free. And this really makes sense too, Taurus, because your ruler is in Sagittarius right now. That's something I can't believe it dawned on me a little sooner. But Venus, it will be in Sagittarius for a little while. I think she'll be there till the 23rd of January. So you still have a lot of this ways that you, in what ways have we not pushed ourselves and not grown? In what ways have we restricted ourselves, and where we've maybe even been, you just think with Sag energy can be a bit dogmatic sometimes, and because they know so much that they assume they know it all in a lower vibration, and that it's their way and no other way, so, or that they know best. So that might even be something to consider there, Taurus, or you might be around someone who's like that, and it may be need to walk away from that, put some space between that. But let's get your other tarot card here, or other oracle cards so I can get you out of here, Taurus. Interesting. Wifey energy here, because you got you got the second card, which the High Priestess is the second card in the Major Arcana, but you have the Attachment card in reverse, and this is a card of longing and desperation. And that's interesting that you got that with that hound there, because dogs are, they're extremely loyal. They'll love you unconditionally. When you're feeling up, when you're feeling down, dogs will still, they have this strong sense of loyalty. But I do feel that the universe is more so asking you to kind of act like a cat there, Taurus, to be a little more discerning, because I feel Taurus is one, like all of the fixed signs. And if you have a lot of fixed energy in your chart, you can become overly attached to something there, Taurus. And again, like, I feel like Taurus gets a bad rep with that, because I remember because I have a lot of Leo in my chart, and I remember being borderline obsessed with something for years, and it's wild, and it's amazing how that can not only prevent you from making certain decisions, but also have you make decisions that you wouldn't normally do otherwise, and then maybe call it something else. So I feel like it's questioning too if we're desperately clinging on to something, and especially if it's not serving us. What is that? And like really being not being judgmental about it, but just being just inquisitive. But I feel like if it's, especially if this is something kind of this deep seated thing, it's like really sort of like, hey, what's going on, buddy? Like, it's really a time of really facing some truths there, Taurus. So I think I'm gonna leave that there. A lot to ponder here. Very kind of deep reading there, Taurus. I dig it. I feel like it's been a minute since we've been kind of in this sort of flow there. So I like where this is. I ultimately like where this is going towards, but I feel like there's some things that we got to check into what we're attached to, or what we may be overly attached to. So, but you stay safe out there, Taurus. With these, especially with these risks and whatever that's looking like, be mindful of people's intentions, and not to say that people are going to con you, but just pay attention, use that discernment there, Taurus. Energies can be a little sneaky sometimes, and you raise your vibration through the roof, whatever that's looking like. Yeah, very, very fascinating energy here, Taurus. And I will catch you on the next one. Friday, Venus Day.